If you clicked on this video, you're probably wondering what it's like to live in the Meadow Springs neighborhood in Richland. So I'm going to take you guys on a little driving tour and show you what the neighborhoods look like and what you can expect if you're living there. Hey everyone, it's Connor MacDougall. Welcome back to the channel, and I hope everyone is going to get a lot of information from this video. So let's get started with the tour. If you've enjoyed this video and or my other content, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell for notifications when I release new content. I got new videos coming out every Wednesday for you guys. And if you've got any questions or feedback, just hit me up in the comments below. I'll be sure to reply. As we start off here and you're looking at the houses, see if you can spot two that are actually the exact same or identical floor plan. You might have a tough time doing that because a lot of these houses have different floor plans and completely different layouts. If you do happen to see two that are the exact same, leave it in the comments down below with the timestamp and I'll go have a look. As a lot of people might already know, Meadow Springs was built around the Meadow Springs Country Club, so that's where the name comes from. And when people refer to living in Meadow Springs, they're usually referring to living in a close vicinity to the golf course. That area is generally south of Gage and then located east and west between Leslie and Steptoe. It runs south up until you hit about the Willowbrook neighborhood, and then that stops being kind of what's considered Meadow Springs. Although if you're looking for something that isn't technically Meadow Springs but is close to the golf course, Willowbrook could be a good option for you. So as we come through this cul-de-sac, this is actually Overlook Park. It's one of the parks that's within the area that kind of actually backs onto the golf course itself. This is off the right side of one of the fairways, so just be cautious if you're there. Listen for anyone shouting because if a right-handed golfer does slice his drive, it kind of goes up in that area. Just something you want to be cautious of. It is a Richland public park, so people are welcome to use it whether you're residents of Meadow Springs or not. So a common misconception is that anywhere around Meadow Springs, and when you say you live in Meadow Springs, it's all part of the same neighborhood and subdivision, when in reality there's actually like 18 different HOAs or subdivisions in Meadow Springs. And what that means is when you're buying a house in there, you want to make sure you read the CCRs for that specific subdivision to make sure that you know what you are and are not allowed to do, as well as what kind of HOA fees might be applicable, what kind of things might apply to your property. So make sure you find out exactly which subdivision the house is in that you're looking at, because there are quite a few of them. So there are three main neighborhoods that do actually border or have single family homes on the golf course. And those three are Meadow Springs 2nd 9, and the Meadows South. The three other ones that have the majority of the single family homes in Meadow Springs are the Meadows East, View Meadows, and then the Heights at Meadow Springs. So those all have single family homes, but they don't have any homes available right on the golf course or with golf course frontage. There's about 750 single family homes in the Meadow Springs area. That doesn't include apartments, townhomes, condos. So if any of those are what you're interested in, that there is more of those as well, but that 750 number is just the single family homes. Of those 750 homes, about 150 of them actually have golf course frontage or views of the golf course or directly in front of the golf course. And what that means is that a lot of the homes that are in Meadow Springs are actually separated from the golf course. So if you think of golf course living and you think of like golf balls hitting your houses constantly and balls in your backyard, that type of thing, there's quite a few homes in the area that aren't directly on the golf course. So that's good news for those people. If you are looking for that golf course frontage, yeah, there are about 150 properties. So they don't come up all the time, but like I said, there is about 150 of them, so there are options out there. The construction in Meadow Springs started in about 1972 and has run right up until the last couple of years. I think there's still even lots available up in the Heights at Meadow Springs. So you're looking at about a 50-year gap between when they started building and when they're just completing all of the subdivisions now. So you get quite a mix of different styles of architecture, different buildings. So there's lots out there depending what you're looking for. So currently we're driving through the original Meadow Springs subdivision. This one is at kind of the northwest corner of the area. And it does have a lot of, obviously, the older homes that were built in the 70s and 80s when construction first began. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit older style, maybe a more closed off floor plan, or an older house that you can purchase for a little bit less and do a lot of work and fix up yourself, this area could definitely be a good place to look. So as we turn left into this little area, on the left-hand side we have the Quail Run condominiums, and on the right-hand side is the Meadowbrook patio homes. So those Quail Run condos do actually look out onto the third hole, so they do have golf course frontage. And then after we pass these, everything else in here is the Greenbrook townhome complex. So those do anything along the kind of right-hand side or left-hand side as we turn back. So every unit in that this Greenbrook complex does actually have golf course frontage and looks out on either the third or the fourth hole on the front nine. There are multiple pools in this Greenbrook complex, so if you're wondering which units have access to which of the pools, feel free to reach out and I can dig up that information and find out for you. Another big benefit of the condos or the townhomes as well is they do have quite a bit more golf course frontage. They did allocate a lot of the golf course frontage to those condos, townhomes, patio homes, things like that. So if you're looking for a low maintenance option for living in the area and you want the golf course views, there's quite a bit of options as far as that goes. So most of the houses in all of these Meadow Springs neighborhoods are zoned for the three same schools. That's Badger Mountain Elementary, Carmichael Middle School, and then Richland High. Although you'll want to be careful of that because any of the houses west of Leslie, so any of the ones in Meadow Springs Second 9 that are located west of Leslie, actually go to a different elementary school. They go to Orchard Elementary. So they go to the same middle school and high school as the rest of Meadow Springs, but if you're buying in that area and expecting your kids to go to elementary school with kids from all the other Meadow Springs neighborhoods, just be aware that currently that area of Meadow Springs Second 9 is zoned for Orchard Elementary, not Badger Mountain Elementary. Right now we're in Meadow Springs Second 9, so there's two different portions to Meadow Springs Second 9. One of the larger area is on the east side of Leslie. That's the area that will go to the elementary school with the rest of Meadow Springs. And the other major area, which we talked a little bit about, is on the west side of Leslie. So that area will go to Orchard Elementary rather than going to Badger Mountain Elementary like the rest of the subdivisions in the area. It should be pretty obvious to golfers, but the reason this is called the Second 9 is because the subdivision is actually built around the back 9 of the golf course. So a lot of the houses here that are going to be on the golf course frontage are going to be on holes 10 through 18. One of the important things to know about Meadow Springs too is that ownership in any of the Meadow Springs communities does not guarantee you a membership at the Meadow Springs Country Club. So if you're looking to buy in the area with the idea of playing at the country club and joining, just know that that's not something that's going to bypass you into membership. Another good thing to know is that there is quite a big line or waiting list right now to actually get into the country club. So some people have been waiting on for the last year or two. The list does move, but it moves quite slowly. So if you know somebody that's a member there and can refer you, make sure to get on that waiting list as soon as possible because it is quite a lengthy one. So similar to the Hills West tour I did, Meadow Springs is very close in vicinity to that. So it is a very good central location. You're located almost where Richland transitions into Kennewick. Steptoe is actually the divider between where the two cities are annexed. So you're very close to Kennewick, so you can have access to all the things down Gage, the mall, anything on Columbia Center Boulevard you're very close to, but you're also close to a lot of the amenities in South Richland. If you want to make it over to the Queensgate Shopping Center, that type of thing, you're quite close to that as well, and you got easy access to get on the freeway if you want to go to any other areas of town. The lot size in Meadow Springs are pretty average as far as city lots go. They average right around a quarter acre. Some are bigger, some are smaller, but that's where they come out. And then the average home size is about 2,500 square feet, which is also pretty average. You're not looking at a ton of starter homes. A lot of the homes in here are like bigger homes or homes that have a little bit more space than what you'd be getting into as a starter. But with that being said, there are also townhomes, condos, apartments. There's other options to live in Meadow Springs if you're looking for something smaller or something low maintenance. Because of all those things we've talked about, the school districts, the location, the vicinity to the golf course, the parks, the home size, Meadow Springs is quite a popular spot to move to and a place that people do like to live in and is a very well-known neighborhood and community in the area. So if you're looking to move there, definitely you'll want to be on top of it as far as knowing which neighborhoods you like and being prepared so that if something comes up you really like, that you have the ability to make a good offer right out the gate, because there are probably other people that are kind of waiting in the wings and waiting for something to come up in that area that they like. So enjoy the rest of the Meadow Springs tour. I'll be piping in a few times when there's specific subdivisions or features of the neighborhood I want to talk about, but for now I'll leave you guys to just enjoy the sights and check it out. On the right hand side here, as we drive by, you'll see a lot of sport courts and fields and a playground. This is actually Claybell Park. So it is another Richland public park. It's got, I believe, 4 tennis courts, a basketball court, 2 minor league ball fields. It's got a full-size soccer pitch, 2 minor or like children's-sized soccer pitches, as well as that playground I mentioned. And then there's also been some pickleball courts added in as well. So quite a few options to go and do lots of sports and games there. They are available to book through the City of Richland. If you're looking to organize a league or something like that, definitely get in touch with City of Richland so you can make sure you can reserve the times. If you're looking to just go out there and play with friends, usually it's not an issue as long as someone else doesn't have that booked for an official event or something, some other league or something like that. It's also cool to know that you can actually book time and have the lights turned on for your activities. Usually they want to see you submit at least 60 days out for the date you're looking at. But it does mean if you want to put together like a pickup basketball tournament or something on the basketball courts at night, or maybe a nighttime pickleball tournament in the summer when it's really hot during the daytime, there are options to actually book the area and have them turn on the lights. There is a fee included with it, but I think it's about $14 an hour. So if you get a good group of people and everyone pitches in, it's really quite affordable. Here we're heading into Meadow South. So this is the last of those 3 subdivisions I mentioned that have single family homes with golf course frontage. So as we pass through here, it does, I believe, have the least golf course frontage of those 3 subdivisions we talked about, with Second 9 having the most and then Meadow Springs having the second most. But there are still houses in here that do feature backyards backing onto the golf course if that's something you're interested in. Now coming into the Heights at Meadow Springs. So this area is the newest area of Meadow Springs and has a lot of the newer houses that were built in these recent years. So if you're looking for something with big open floor plan, possibly single level, maybe has some of the newer features the houses have, like an RV garage or things of that nature, then definitely the Heights at Meadow Springs is somewhere you'll want to check out. If you do want that golf course frontage though, they don't have any houses backing onto the golf course, so it's going to be an area that you may want to avoid if that's important to you. Another fun part about this neighborhood is all the streets are actually named after famous American golfers. So if you've ever wanted to live on a street named after Tiger Woods, you've got 2 different options in this neighborhood. Another nice part about this neighborhood is rather than have one builder or a couple builders buy up all the lots and build all the same floor plans throughout, there was actually quite a few different builders that acquired the land and offered different floor plans and options for people to build in here. So although all the houses will look kind of the same style or they all fit together, there's also quite a bit of variety and a different looks to the houses, different floor plans, different looks from the street, and different curb appeals for each. So that is a great thing if you're looking to live in a neighborhood that doesn't look as cookie cutter or as similar to all the houses around you. And now we're just coming into Meadows East. This is an area of Meadow Springs that has got a great location because it is insulated from the noise and the traffic in that area of like Gage and Steptoe, but it's also very close in the fact that you can get out of Meadow Springs and access those major thoroughfares quite quickly. So if you're looking for somewhere that's very quick to run errands and will get you out to the major streets and the highway fastest, this could be a good area to look. Again, on our right hand side, it just works out that all the parks have been on the right, is the Meadows East Park. This is another park that is run by the city of Richland, so again, it's open to everybody. You don't have to live in Meadow Springs, but if you do live in Meadow Springs, it's another option to go where there's some nice grassy area and just a place to hang out and spend quality time. Over on our left here is actually the driving range for the golf course. It is quite a long range, so it's not very often that someone can hit balls right through, but if you are walking or driving by, you just want to be cautious in case there's someone who can hit their driver quite a ways and can actually get balls all the way out to the street there. And as you probably guessed, the street on our left, which is called Country Club Road, is the street that leads to the clubhouse and the golf course. So if you actually need to get to Meadow Springs, that's the street you need to take. It follows along the driving range as you approach the clubhouse. And right now we're entering into Meadows North, which is a complex that is townhomes, primarily townhomes. So a lot of them will either look out onto the driving range or out onto the first hole. So there's some beautiful views of the golf course from there. If you're looking for some smaller spaces that are low maintenance and provide beautiful views, this could be an awesome option. So if you made it this far, I really appreciate you taking the time to follow along on this tour and join me to kind of explore Meadow Springs. If you've enjoyed this or you've watched some of my other videos, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell for notifications. I'd love to be able to keep producing content for everyone and helping people explore the area and figure out where they want to live and learn more about different areas. And if you have any questions, as always, just leave them in the comments down below and I'll make sure to reply. See y'all again next time.